No, the backers are all Kickstarter people.
They are genuinely. That's
genuinely,
the Kickstarter.
Genuinely, the crowd-funded Kickstarter people that had the company start out.
Okay, well, fair enough. I mean, let me ask you a question here with all this sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the benefit of that? I mean, you imagine you're starting a company. I'm sat at home thinking, I like that idea. Oh, hang on, look, I get a bit of a baseball cap if I donate $20, or I go to appear on set, right, or whatever, depending on what it is. So I do me little. What's the way to gain by helping you? You might be one nasty bastard.
You could be. I mean, that's the risk you take with some of these Kickstarter campaigns. I mean, that's really the risk you take. I mean, I had a friend do it.
People are basically giving their money. It's a website where people can go on and give their money away, basically.
Yeah, but what are you doing when you go buy junk food? You're giving some big ass company money to stuff your face full of bullshit.
Yeah, but I'm actually getting something in return. I'm getting something to eat.
Right, but how long is that going to last you? You could say like 50 years down the road, say this company ends up being really successful. Cards Against Humanity started out with 150,000 people, right? Or you say 150,000 or so customers.
I'm getting something. If I go and buy a burger, you can't compare the two. If I go and buy a burger...
No. Yeah, but you're talking shit food or something that's going to healthily sustain your life. You know, a snacky bar, a little snacky bar.
Because if I kickstart someone, I'm giving the money and I'm seeing no benefit.
Well, the benefit is you help somebody achieve a goal that they were trying to reach.
Well, we do. We're all trying to achieve goals.
Well, start a Kickstarter then and stop fucking running your mouth.
Well, this is it. It's just a place where you go and you can give money. That's what the website is, basically.
Right.
All right.
But listen to this.
Really big.
All right, hear me out on this. I had a friend. When he was 8 years old, he designed a video game and sent the idea to Nintendo. Nintendo pretty much told him, "Yeah, we can't quite do that." Which is, I mean, it is what it is on that one. Excuse me very much. So, 30-something years down the road, he's like, you know what? I ran across this stuff in my parents' attic again. This is the game that I created. Did some homework, met with some people, and say, if we can make a certain amount of money, do you think we could accomplish this goal? And they're like, I think we can. So he started a Kickstarter. The Kickstarter raised $50,000, and boom. Now he's off and running with the show. He's going to need more money because it's taken quite a bit of development in his thing. But he's 3/4 of the way to doing a documentary and making an actual Nintendo game that interfaces with the computer called Mystic Searches. And we're going to have him on the show here in the next couple of weeks right after Christmas, and he's going to tell us all about the project. But I donated $25 to that, so I get an online copy of the game, and it all goes from there. But I helped a friend and or somebody that had a really awesome story achieve a goal. Cards Against Humanity was a guy who wanted to create a new game, needed some money to get it backed. 150,000 people jumped on board, donating $5, $1, whatever. All these people are getting a chance to possibly own a micro sliver of a Picasso. I mean, how small do you think the 150,000 pieces of that is going to be?
They're going to be pretty small.
Right. I mean, stick the freaking thing in a museum.
Yeah,
you know?
Probably the event's more famous than the actual Picasso itself.
I mean, I really like... I'm a huge Social Experiment fan. So it's one of those things. I mean, I'm not... I can't say I'm torn because I would definitely stick it in a museum. That would be my goal, is to get it in a museum. You know, it's either 150,000 people get to see a piss in a bucket's worth of it, or millions of people get to see it over time. And the Museum of Chicago, if it's the same museum I'm thinking of, is going to be huge. It's a huge museum. They even, if I'm quite correct, if it's the same one, has a full-size submarine outside.
Wow.
Did you catch the name of that museum? Oh no, it's the Art Institute of Chicago. Sorry, that was my mistake. I don't know. I mean, that's a very strange. It's definitely a very strange occurrence on that one. I don't know. But I have some interesting things. Let's move on. We've gone into that enough. Cards Against Humanity. Check that out, guys. It's a crazy story. With you on that one, yellow? Question mark? What's that mean, Ridian? I don't know. I'm out to lunch. I have a really interesting story. This is 12 people of historical value, like historical figures who died in embarrassing ways. What do you think about that? So,
okay.
Starting off with Jack Daniel, the guy, the whiskey mogul. You remember, Jack Daniels, that disgusting...
Oh, John.
Oh, the Yellow Submarine. And that's in the Sky with Diamonds there, Ridian. Yeah, Jack Daniels, he became... Yeah, what?
John Daniels.
No, Jack.
No, John.
Jack.
No, listen, mate, when you've known him as long as I have, you get to call him John.
Dude, hey, after the second time, it kicked in. That's good. What happened? Yeah, I'm doing the show. We're doing the show right now, as a matter of fact. We got Ridian from Wales in the box there. He's from South Wales. We want to welcome him in there as usual. We have Sherry over here. You can't quite see her. She is lovely, as always. Anyways, John Daniels. Just kidding. Jack Daniels, the whiskey mogul. After becoming frustrated one day, he kicked his safe in his home, and he got hurt because of it. It cut him open. The wound became infected. Then he had to have his foot amputated, and the infection spread to the rest of his leg. He lost his whole leg, and then dying of blood poisoning in 1911.
Good grief.
That sucks.
Oh, it does.
That sucks, but what a dumbass. That's what happens when you get frustrated and throw shit and kick shit. Harry Houdini, 1926. Harry Houdini was obviously one of the greatest musicians. You know, he was really famous for debunking those fake psychics and stuff like that, and the psychic mediums. He would go around and I read this really cool book on the old school psychics. They had this one lady who was known as the Ruminator, the Great Ruminator, and she would swallow stuff and then just kind of like and then pop it right back up. And she was even known one time for putting a baby rabbit up her old.
Oh God.
She put a little baby rabbit up her snooch, and then one time she couldn't get one, so she had to get one from somebody else, and they snitched on her. So she got found out. So, but she was like, oh, I got a psychic vision, and here comes something out of my snooch. Anyways, Harry Houdini was at McGill University, and the student stopped by and delivered a surprise attack and punched him in the stomach a bunch of times, and they ruptured his appendix, and he died a couple days later. Adolf Fredrik, King of Sweden. He died from a stroke after an extremely enormous meal in 1771. Big fat ass he is. He's this... I'm kidding. Draco, he was one of the Greek... Draco, forgive me. One of the Greek legislators. He loved... the Grecians loved Draco so much that he was suffocated to death by all the hats and coats thrown on stage after one of his speeches.
That sounds a bit ludicrous, that one.
Right?
That sounds a bit crazy.
It's crazy, but I'm sure it happened. What else we got? Frederick Barbarossa, German emperor. Oh, I remember him. Barbarossa was the German military commander that died during the Crusades. Instead of taking time to go over a mountain, he hopped into the Calcadimus River to prove his men could swim across the river within minutes of jumping in the water. He drowned. Okay, this is the name that I had trouble with. Aeschylus, Greek philosopher. He, according to legend, he died around 455 BC when an eagle dropped a tortoise on his head.
Oh,
so
that could happen.
That's one of those. It could happen. You see how they, a lot of those bone breaker eagles, they'll take the bones really high up and drop them from 1,000 feet or whatever, and they'll break and they'll pick all the marrow out. The first man to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel, Bobby Leach. You know Niagara Falls, right? Up on the Canadian...
Yeah.
Okay. He was the first guy to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. Like, he actually succeeded in doing that. But then he slipped on an orange peel, and the wound on his leg that he suffered when it happened got infected, and gangrene set in. And his leg had to be amputated, and he died 2 months later of complications. This is all after he took a frickin' flying leap off Niagara Falls in this crazy tube-looking thing. Look at that. John, look at the screen.
Oh, sorry, I was reading the article.
It's all good.
That's what I'm on.
Oh, okay. Ridian, can you see?
He looks fairly old.
I don't think he was that old. I mean, I'd say he looks around 50, 60, well, maybe 60, 70. He does look old in that, doesn't he? He's got a cane, too. Let's see what else we got here. Sir Francis Bacon. Sir Francis Bacon was performing an experiment on preserving chicken with snow. While conducting the experiment, Bacon became ill from being outside in the snow and later died. What is all this craziness?
Well, the chicken got to do that, then, it doesn't take a scientist, does it?
No, it doesn't take a scientist on that one. Kurt Gödel, mathematician. Gödel was so paranoid of being poisoned that he would only eat his wife's cooking. And when she became hospitalized, he died of starvation.
Goodness.
That's paranoia on a whole level. Maybe it was the egg's fault. Yeah, maybe it was the egg. Maybe it was the chicken. You never know. Now, are you paranoid about any weird stuff in your life?
Not like you fruit.
What are you talking about?
You don't like being touched.
I don't like my armpits being touched. There's a difference.
Exactly. There you go. There's yours. Straight away.
Oh, dude, I hate it.
One time, I don't know who did it to me, but honestly, I nearly punched them into the back of your arm here, pinched.
Oh my god, that hurts. We call it.
That hurts.
When you take your hand like this, right?
Yeah, just a little pinch.
We call it a cow bite or a horse fly.
Oh god, it's one painful fucking.
Because we used to do it like this, like on the back of your leg or whatever. Like on if you can get the inside of the thigh, holy shit! Like those nice little soft areas. Oh my god. Ugh. Yeah, I don't like my armpits being touched. I will punch a mofo in the face.
Exactly.
Because I could be like in the happiest mood. I could be looking at that crazy picture of the baby that I have on Facebook. Make sure you go to Pod Tsunami Network on Facebook, Pod Tsunami 813 on Twitter, and check us all out. Oh, and don't forget to go to @John_comic on Twitter. And make sure you also do the same thing on John on Spreaker. Make sure you go to the John Wilson Show on Spreaker. Fucker. John, you know what I got to do before I move on with this? We're going to do a little quick commercial break. I'm going to do the Pod Tsunami commercial that AYNE just made us. The Are You Not Entertained show on Spreaker also. Check them out on AYNE on Twitter. But here's the commercial they wrote for us. Check it out.
Daddy, where's all the water going?
Huh? I don't know, son.
Daddy, what's that?
Oh my god! It's a tsunami!
Pod Tsunami. The Pod Tsunami Network. Home to podcasts such as The John Wilson Radio Show, Shipwrecked and Hard Cunts by Brad McLean, The Kevin Thomas Radio Show, The Jimmy Poodle Radio Show, AYNE, and so much more. Don't forget to also listen to the Pod Tsunami Show, where hosts from the various podcasts come together for one orgy of a show. Like the Pod Tsunami Network on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at PodTsunami813 and visit PodTsunami.com to catch up on all of the show's most recent episodes.
I guess we don't need to worry about this tsunami, huh, Dad?
Huh, I guess not. Ooh, you might want to watch out for that one.
Man, that was cool, man. What do you think of that? That was kick-ass of those guys to make us that, man. I wish Ant could be here tonight, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. He did think the show was tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and we've yet to do a show on a Wednesday. I don't know. All right, moving along with crazy, embarrassing deaths. Sunanda Kumacharena, oh my God, Thailand princess. Her servants were forbidden to touch her and had to watch her drown because of it.
Well, who forbidden her to touch her?
Just by the law in Thailand, they're not allowed to touch the princess.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, because you'd be killed, I suppose.
Yeah, you'll be killed if you touch her. So they had to let her drown instead of saving her life, which I don't know if that exactly was the right thing to do, but fuck it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Alan Pinkerton, detective, most famous of the Pinkerton Detective Agency. He stumbled and bit his tongue, and obviously it got so bad back in those days because I'm sure they couldn't check out like a clean mouth. They couldn't brush their teeth as good as they could back in the day, so lots of bacteria. became gangrenous, and he died a few weeks later from the infection. Could you imagine gangrene in your mouth? Ugh.